Hello everyone, in this video I have a mnemonic that might help you remember some of the symptoms associated with Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. Lesch-Nyhan syndrome is going to be caused by a HGPRT enzyme deficiency, and you can remember all the symptoms associated with Lesch-Nyhan syndrome with the mnemonic HGPRT. The H is going to be for hyperuricemia, G is going to be for gout caused by the hyperuricemia, P is going to be for poor intellect, R is going to be for rage or aggression, and patients are often going to be exhibiting self-mutilating behavior. And you will often see this on tests with Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. Here I have a picture of a patient with Lesch-Nyhan syndrome, and as you can see, there's some self-mutilating behavior exhibited by the patient where the patient has damaged his own body by biting his lips. And T finally is going to be for abnormal muscle tone. Now let's go over the biochemistry of Lesch-Nyhan syndrome because this tends to be very high yield. Now when we consume foods, we're going to be consuming DNA and RNA. And DNA and RNA can be converted into purines and pyrimidines. In this picture, I have the purine metabolism because purine metabolism is going to be responsible for producing uric acid, which is going to play an important role in Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. Now, we're going to have guanosine monophosphate and adenosine monophosphate from the DNA and RNA. And guanosine monophosphate is going to be converted to guanine, and adenosine monophosphate is going to be converted into hyperxanthine. Now, guanine and hyperxanthine are going to become xanthine, and finally, xanthine is going to be converted into uric acid with the enzyme xanthine oxidase. And then uric acid is going to be thrown out of our body by our kidneys. Now, guanine and hypoxanthine can actually be salvaged by the purine salvage pathway, and this is a way for the body to conserve energy because it is not going to have to regenerate purines from scratch when it is able to salvage guanine and hypoxanthine. And guanine and hypoxanthine are going to be salvaged by the enzyme hypoxanthine guanine phosphoribosyltransferase transferase. So the enzyme is HGPRT, which is going to be the enzyme that is going to be deficient in patients with Lesch-Nyhan syndrome. So because this enzyme is deficient in patients with Lesch-Nyhan syndrome, we're not going to be able to salvage guanine and hypoxanthine. So as a result, guanine and hypoxanthine are going to be converted into uric acid. So ultimately, we're going to have high levels of uric acid, which is going to cause the symptoms that patients with Lesch-Nyhan syndrome experience. So patients with Lesch-Nyhan syndrome are going to be experiencing hyperuricemia. They're going to be experiencing mental retardation as well as self-mutilating behavior. And all this is going to be caused by this high levels of uric acid because the enzyme HGPRT is going to be deficient, so we're not going to be able to salvage the guanine and hypoxanthine. As a result, guanine and hypoxanthine are going to be converted into uric acid instead.